What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And what I wanted to do in this video is do an analysis of the events that occurred between DSP and SnowKarl during yesterday's podcast, where our boy SnowKarl decided to tip Phil and actually level some heavy criticism on Phil's choice of gameplay. And I know that SnowKarl probably did it just to kind of get a rise out of DSP and troll him a little bit. But what he actually stated was a pretty decent comment, and I think he offered a good suggestion. Maybe he could have couched it a different way, and maybe DSP wouldn't have been such an ass to SnowKarl. But one thing I do notice is that Phil always asks people for feedback. He asks people for comments. He asks people for suggestions. But if anyone actually offers a suggestion or feedback that's negative or counter to his beliefs, he craps all over the person. And that's what he did with SnowKarl, even though what SnowKarl said was actually accurate. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a look at the interaction between Phil and SnowKarl. And then I wanted to show some video highlighting how I believe that SnowKarl is actually 100% correct with his opinion. So let's get into the video.
Hello everybody, it's Dark Side Phil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill. Stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis, tip me, so I could catch up on back.
He named himself after fecal matter. Good for you. Anyway, no, I'm not doing the toxic content, okay? Let them do it on their own shit and keep it over there and keep it off of DSP Gaming. Let's continue.
Okay, here's the tip.
Alright, so SnowKarl is here. He's tipped me $1. He says, everyone loved your Elden Ring videos because you weren't pussyfooting around and challenged yourself. You playing on easy is part of why no one watches God of War. No, because I'm not playing on easy. And if you ever say that shit again, which is blatant misrepresentation of the facts, I am going to treat you appropriately. Alright? No, you don't get just to say here because you tipped me $1. Make something up. I'm not playing on easy. I'm playing on the intended difficulty, the default difficulty the game developers put into the game. And if you have a problem with that, you can go watch someone else who cares about the size of their e-penis and wants to challenge themselves in their first run of the game. Personally, I know the game so long. I want to be able to get through it in a reasonable amount of time. I don't want to be dying constantly and having this be a 4-month-long playthrough, because then everyone would just complain and say that it's too long and too lengthy and why did he do that? So I know what I'm doing. Cut the bullshit and stop making shit up. Because you like to cater to fucking my detractors. I'm not stupid, SnowKarl. I know what you're doing. You do it every time, pretty much now. You're always bringing this kind of toxic shit up, and I don't appreciate it. Okay. Then he did another $1. He says, suggestions on what games to play. I think you should refrain from playing games like Sonic or a princess game. Sonic or a princess game that might have 1 to 2 guys supporting it. It harms viewership. If the streams only have 150 people tuning in, no one talk. Alright, I'm just gonna ignore him from now on. The princess game. Okay. Alright, SnowKarl. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for the $2 in nonsense, and I'm not even answering your dumb shit. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, dude, fucking, you gotta... The sad fact is, SnowKarl has a very intelligent brain in his head. He just chooses not to use it. He just, you know, he'd rather pretend like it's funny to joke about the things I do on the streams, to bite into detractor memes and shit. He thinks I'm dumb.
Okay, yeah, you guys saw the video already. But essentially, what SnowKarl did was point out the fact that he continues to play these boring games, just like Disney Light Valley, whatever it's called. And that's the princess game he was referring to. I guess Phil got bent out of shape that someone would actually reference that game as a princess game. And let's be honest, that Disney Valley game is a bit of a childish or younger female base that seems to be the intended audience for that game. And he was correct when he stated that chat is quiet, less people come to view it, and, you know, less people support it. Everything he said was accurate, based off of Phil's own words, where he talks about the Dreamlight Valley streams. And he talked about how support is waning. The last Disney Valley stream, he started chastising the Dents because they weren't talking. Remember that? Remember that, Phil? Okay, so it seems like every point that SnowKarl mentioned in his tip or super chat or whatever it was 100 spot on, was 100% correct. So let's go see what happened. So last night, our boy Phil played the Disney Princess game that SnowKarl has now labeled it. So let's call it the Princess game. And what ended up happening is he had about 103 people watching. Now that was near the beginning, but if you scroll through the video itself, right, you see that he maxed out at about 227, and then of course it significantly dropped. I mean, it got down to, I think near the end it was under 100 or so. You know, it was down 100 or so. It was down pretty low. So if you look at the grand total here, you see that he made $28 in his stream. $28. And sure enough, one whale came in and dropped a super chat, an $11 super chat. So if it wasn't for that one whale, Sirius 7, who I believe is now the new fake 1 minute man, he would have panned out at around $16, $17. So in total, I believe he received 3 tips in total yesterday. That's all he received. He received 3 tips. So again, what Phil stated was that viewership would be low, support would be slow, only a couple people would support the stream, and the chat would be dead. It would be simply dead. It would, because the only one talking was Derek and DSP the whole night, because Derek apparently loves this stream and was telling Phil all of the secrets. So yeah, I know our boy DSP loves to shit all over SnowKarl, but again, you know, it all goes back to what I've said, that DSP isn't serious. He's not a serious person. He's not serious about improving his business, his streams, you know, being a better content creator. Better content creator. He's not. Because if he was, he would take some of this criticism seriously and really take a look at what they mean. Regardless of whether it's from a detractor or whatever the source is, you have to look at the actual comment itself. And regardless of whether SnowKarl was trolling or not, he was spot on. He basically called out the stream, which was this stream. He said that viewership would be low, which happened here. He talked about support, which would be low. That happened here. And he talked about that two or three different people would just, you know, basically hold up the support, the money, which is what happened. 3 people tipped. That was it. So what SnowKarl actually said was 100% accurate, and Phil should really listen to what some of his supporters, even though, you know, SnowKarl is kind of on that boundary there, he still comes on stream, he still supports him, he gives them, you know, anywhere between $2 and $5 a stream. If you add that up, you know, throughout a year, it's some good money. It's not like he's not giving any money. I think when I looked at Pieces tip tracker, I think for the year he ended up giving him close to $600, which isn't bad. You know, that's someone that actually supports the content. So, you know, just to basically, you know, recap what I just said here, that I really think that SnowKarl was 100% accurate, and Phil really needs to swallow his pride if he really wants to turn this around, which I don't think he does. I think he's come to the acceptance, like I stated earlier, he's hitting the 5 stages of grief, and he's come to acceptance that his channel is now dead, and he is just now hoping he can prop it up so that he can continue doing this until he can retire, which is in 23 or 20, well, actually it's more 25 years. Oh no, he's 40, so it's 27 years before our boy Phil can retire. So yeah, good luck with that, Phil. Anyway, big ups to SnowKarl again for actually dropping some truth on DSP. And sadly, he won't take it to heart. I mean, the one thing he might do is he may not play Disney Princess again. I think that's more because of the support's been slow for the last several streams. But once his dents start criticizing him for playing things, he gets embarrassed and he'll stop it. So I think we'll no longer see the Princess game again on his stream. So anyway, big ups to SnowKarl. Can't wait what he has to say today on DSP's podcast. Should be interesting. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.